Hi everyone, this is Sean. So we've been getting a lot of requests for things like gear rundowns and explanations on how we do things on stage. And so what we decided to do was put together a little series that goes behind the scenes, basically, that shows you some of the things that we do, how we put stuff together, including our gear, which I'm going to get to mine in just a second. And in some future episodes, you'll see Bill's rundown. We'll also have stuff about the video and drums and things like that. And then other things about how we make things happen, how we actually perform songs. So with that said, let's get to the gear. So for my preamp, I'm using a Fractal Axe-FX 3, just like Bill, except I don't do nearly as much stuff as he does with my rack. I also have a couple of GED 2112 Sans amps that I use to get the tone for the Rickenbacker and the jazz bass. The other basses do not run through there. They stay routed directly through the Axe-FX. So the Axe-FX has what we call the FC12. This is the pedal board, the main control unit, where we can change different settings and add effects and things like that. So I have, as you can see, different patches for each of the basses that I have. Depending on what we're playing, and I will have different ones of these going on. And these different ones also have different effects. Like, for example, I have a separate delay, I don't know if you can see that, a separate delay unit here for the jazz, and I'll have some additional chorus going on with the Rickenbacker. There's a few more things, but that's pretty much it. Mine is pretty straightforward. I tend to use the basses themselves as the way to change the tone, along with the Getty Sans amp here. So that is the electronic side. Now let's take a look at the basses themselves. So these are the main basses that I use for a show. For the most part, I stick with 3 of them, though I've got a couple others that I use for specific situations. So first and foremost is of course, the Rickenbacker 4001. This one is a 4001 1974 model, and it sounds exactly like you'd expect. And honestly, anything that I play from the first album up through Moving Pictures, with a couple of exceptions, I use this. And this is the tone. This is what everyone expects from a Rush tribute band. But starting in Moving Pictures and through Signals, and then not for a while, but then starting up again with Counterparts, and then all the way through Clockwork Angels, is the Fender Jazz Bass. So this is the Getty reissue. And this thing, again, it sounds exactly like you'd expect it to. This is the main workhorse for all of the newer material. And then, again, specific songs like Tom Sawyer, YYZ, The Camera Eye, those were all played on the jazz bass. So this one also tends to be, if I need a backup for some reason, if the Rickenbacker fails me, the jazz bass has a sound that's close enough that I'll be able to make it through a show pretty much not sounding too different. Now, especially number 1, this is the newest addition to my collection, and I'm in love with it. This is an octave bass. So this is a Wall Mark II replica that Dario over at Octave has made for me. And you can see it, it looks just like a Wall, and oh boy, does it sound like one. I've spent the better part of 20 years trying to get this tone on other basses, and then finally, when I heard some of the replicas that he had made, I purchased one, and I do not regret it one bit. This thing sounds amazing. And so all the Wall sounds, if you're thinking from Power Windows all the way up through Roll the Bones, that's pretty much what that one is used for. I do have a Steinberger, a good old headless boat oar, if you will. And when we play a lot of Grace Under Pressure material, I'll pull this out. Normally, I'll just stick with the Wall for most of the Grace Under Pressure stuff. But if we've got a lot of songs, then I'll bring that out and play that. So finally, there's the beast over here. This is, again, a replica. This is a Rickenbacker double neck, as you can tell. And, well, right now there's exactly one song that I use this for, and that's Xanadu. They did used to play Passage to Bangkok once in a while with the 6-string version, which is what this is. But for the most part, Getty, even early on, switched back to just straight Rickenbacker for that song. So this pretty much just gets played on Xanadu, but you kind of need it if you're going to play Xanadu. So that is the bass rundown. That's what I have for my rig. So there you have it. That is the rig that I use when we're playing out live. Not nearly as exciting as Bill's. He's got a lot more going on. I'll have another video that'll go over the keyboards and pedals and all the miscellaneous stuff that I do other than playing the bass in a future video. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.